Hello students, welcome to NEET Wizard, the NCERT audio notes for cell cycle and cell division. Are you aware that all organisms, even the largest, start their life from a single cell? You may wonder how a single cell then goes on to form such large organisms. Growth and reproduction are characteristics of cells, indeed of all living organisms. All cells reproduce by dividing into two, which each parental cell giving rise to two daughter cells. Each time they divide, these newly formed daughter cells can themselves grow and divide, giving rise to a new cell population that is formed by the growth and division of a single parental cell and its progeny. In other words, such cycles of growth and divisions allow a single cell to form a structure consisting of a millions of cells. Cell cycle. Cell division is a very important process in all living organisms. During the division of a cell, DNA replication and cell growth also take place. All these processes, cell division, DNA replication and cell growth, hence have to take place in a coordinated way to ensure correct division and formation of progeny cells containing intact genomes. The sequence of events by which a cell duplicates its genome, synthesizes the other constituents of the cell and eventually divides into two daughter cells is termed cell cycle. Health of cell growth in terms of cytoplasmic increase is a continuous process. DNA synthesis occurs only during one specific stage in the cell cycle. The replicated chromosomes DNA are then distributed to daughter nuclei by a complex series of events. During cell divisions, these events are themselves under genetic control. Phases of cell cycle. A typical eukaryotic cell cycle is illustrated by human cells in culture. These cells divide once in approximately every 24 hours. However, this duration of cell cycle can vary from organism to organism and also from cell type to cell type. Yeast, for example, can progress through the cell cycle in only about 90 minutes. The cell cycle is divided into two basic phases: interphase, M phase, mitosis phase. The M phase represents the phases when the actual cell division or mitosis occurs, and the interphase represents the phase between two successive M phases. It is significant to note that in the 24-hour average duration of cell cycle of a human cell, cell division proper lasts for only about an hour. The interphase lasts more than 95% of the duration of cell cycle. The M phase starts with the nuclear division corresponding to the separation of daughter chromosomes, karyokinesis, and usually ends with the division of cytoplasm, cytokinesis. The interphase, though called the resting phase, is the time during which the cell is preparing for division by undergoing both cell growth and DNA replication in an orderly manner. The interphase is divided into three further phases: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. G1 phase corresponds to the interval between mitosis and initiation of DNA replication. During D1 phase, the cell is metabolically active and continuously grows but does not replicate its DNA. S or synthesis phase marks the period during which DNA synthesis or replication takes place. During this time, the amount of DNA per cell doubles. If the initial amount of DNA is denoted as 2C, then it increases to 4C. However, there is no increase in the chromosome number if the cell had diploid or 2n number of chromosome at G1. Even after S phase, the number of chromosomes remains the same. In animal cells, during the S phase, DNA replication begins in the nucleus and the centriole duplicates in the cytoplasm during the G2 phase. Proteins are synthesized in preparation for mitosis while cell growth continues. Some cells in the adult animals do not appear to exhibit division, like heart cells, and many other cells divide only occasionally as needed to replace cells that have been lost because of injury or cell death. These cells that do not divide further exist G1 phase to enter an inactive stage called quiescent stage G0 of the cell cycle. Cells in this stage remain metabolically active but no longer proliferate unless called on to do so depending on the requirement of the organism. In animals, mitotic cell division is only seen in the diploid somatic cells. Against these, the plants can show mitotic division in both haploid and diploid cells. From your recollection of example of alternation of generation in plants, Identify plant species and stages at which mitosis is seen in haploid cells. M phase. This is most dramatic period of the cell cycle, involving a major reorganization of virtually all components of the cell, since the number of chromosomes in the parent and progeny cells in the same. It is also called as equational division. Through for convenience, mitosis has been divided into 4 stages of nuclear division. It is very essential to understood that the cell division is a progressive process and very clear-cut lines cannot be drawn between various stages. Mitosis is divided in the following 4 stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Now prophase. Prophase, which is the first stage of mitosis, follows the S and G2 phases of interphase. In the S and G2 phases, the new DNA molecules formed are not distinct but intertwined. Prophase is marked by the initiation of condensation of chromosomal material. The chromosomal material becomes untangled during the process of chromatin condensation. The centriole, which had undergone duplication during S phase of interphase, now begins to move towards opposite poles of the cell. The completion of prophase can thus be marked by the following characteristic events. Chromosomal material condenses to form compact mitotic chromosomes. Chromosomes are seen to be composed of 2 chromatids attached together at the centromere. Initiation of the assembly of mitotic spindle. The microtubules, the proteinaceous components of the cell cytoplasm, help in the process. Cells at the end of prophase, when viewed under the microscope, do not show Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleolus and the nuclear envelope. Metaphase. The complete disintegration of the nuclear envelope marks the start of the second phase of mitosis. Hence, the chromosomes are spread through the cytoplasm of the cell. By this stage, condensation of chromosomes is completed and they can be observed clearly under the microscope. This then is the stage at which morphologically of chromosomes is most easily studied. At this stage, metaphase chromosomes is made up of 2 sister chromatids which are held together by the centromere. Small disc-shaped structures at the surface of the centromeres are called kinetochores. These structures serve as the sites of attachment of spindle fibers formed by the spindle fibers to the chromosomes that are moved into position at the center of the cell. Hence, the metaphase is characterized by all the chromosomes coming to lie at the equator, with one chromatid of each chromosome connected by its kinetochore to spindle fibers from one pole and its sister chromatid connected by its kinetochore to spindle fibers from the opposite pole. The plane of alignment of the chromosomes at metaphase is referred to as the metaphase plate. The key features of metaphase are: spindle fibers attached to kinetochores of chromosomes. Chromosomes are moved to spindle equator and get aligned along metaphase plate through spindle fibers to both places. Anaphase. At the onset of anaphase, each chromosome arranged at the metaphase plate is split simultaneously, and the 2 daughter chromatids, now referred to as the chromosomes of the future daughter nuclei, begin their migration towards the 2 opposite poles. As each chromosomes move away from the equatorial plate, the centromere of each chromosome is towards the pole and hence at the leading edge, with the arms of the chromosomes trailing behind. Thus, anaphase stage is characterized by the following key events: centromere split and chromatid separate. Chromatid move to opposite poles. Telophase. At the beginning of the final stage of mitosis, telophase, the chromosomes that have reached their respective poles decondense and lose their individuality. The individual chromosomes can no longer be seen and chromatin material tends to collect in a mass in the 2 poles. This is the stage which shows the following key events: chromosomes clusters at opposite spindle poles and their identity is lost as discrete elements. Nuclear envelope assembles around the chromosomes clusters. Nuclear plus Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum reform. Cytokinesis. Mitosis accomplishes not only the segregation of duplicated chromosomes into daughter and nuclear karyokinesis, but the cell itself is divided into 2 daughter cells by a separate process called cytokinesis, at the end of which cell division is complete. In an animal cell, this is achieved by the appearance of a furrow in the plasma membrane The furrow gradually deepens and ultimately joins in the center, dividing the cell cytoplasm into two plant cells, however, are enclosed by a relatively inextensible cell wall. Therefore, they undergo cytokinesis by a different mechanism. In plant cells, wall formation starts in the center of the cell and grows outward to meet the exciting lateral walls. The formation of a new cell wall begins with the formation of a simple precursor called the cell plate that represents the middle lamella between the walls of two adjacent cells. At the time of cytoplasmic division, organelles like mitochondria and plastids get distributed between the two daughter cells. In some organisms, karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis, as a result of which multinucleate condition arises, leading to the formation of syncytium liquid endosperm in coconut. Now, significance of mitosis. Mitosis or the equational division is usually restricted to the diploid cells only. However, in some lower plants and in some social insects, the haploid cells also divide by mitosis. It is very essential to understand the significance of this division in the life of an organism. Are you aware of some examples where you have studied about haploid and diploid insects? Mitosis results in the production of diploid daughter cells with identical genetic complement usually. The growth of multicellular organism is due to mitosis. Cell growth results in disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. It therefore becomes essential for the cell to divide to restore the nucleus-cytoplasmic ratio. A very significant contribution of mitosis is cell repair. The cells of the upper layer of the epidermis, cells of the lining of the gut and blood cells are being constantly replaced. Mitotic divisions in the meristematic tissue, the apical and the lateral cambium, result in a continuous growth of plant throughout their life. Now, meiosis. The production of offspring by sexual reproduction includes the fusion of two gametes, each with a complete haploid set of chromosomes. Gametes are formed from specialized diploid cells. The specialized kind of cells division that reduce the chromosomes number by half result in the production of haploid daughter cells. This kind of division is called meiosis. Meiosis ensures the production of haploid phase in the life cycle of sexually reproducing organism, whereas fertilization restores the diploid phase. We come across meiosis during gametogenesis in plants and animals. This leads to the formation of haploid gametes. The key features of meiosis are as follows. Meiosis involves two sequential cycles of nuclear and cell division called meiosis first and meiosis second, but only a single cycle of DNA replication. Meiosis first is initiated after the parental chromosomes have replicated to produce identical sister chromatids at the S phase. Meiosis involves pairing of homologous chromosomes and recombination between them. Four haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis second. Meiotic events can be grouped under the following phases. Meiosis first. Prophase first of the first meiotic division is typically longer and more complex when compared to prophase of mitosis. It has been further subdivided into following 5 phases based on chromosomal behavior. For example, lactotin, zygotin, pectin, diplotin and dikinesis. During lactotin stage, the chromosome become gradually visible under the light microscope. The compaction of chromosomes continues throughout lactotin. This is followed by the second stage of prophase first called zygotin. During this stage, chromosomes start pairing together and this process of association is called synapsis. Such pair chromosomes are called homologous chromosomes. Electron micrographs of this stage indicates that chromosome synapsis is accompanied by the formation of complex structure called synaptonymal complex. The complex formed by a pair of synapsed homologous chromosomes is called a bivalent or a tetrad. However, these are more clearly visible at the next stage. The first two stages of the prophase are relatively short-lived compared to the next stage, that is pectin. During this stage, bivalent chromosomes now clearly appearance as tetrads. This stage is characterized by the appearance of recombination nodules, the sites at which crossing over occur between non-sister chromatids of the homologous chromosomes. Crossing over is the exchange of genetic material between two homologous chromosomes. Crossing over is also an enzyme mediated process, and the enzyme involved is called recombinase. Crossing over leads to recombination of genetic material on the two chromosomes. Recombination between homologous chromosomes is completed by the end of pegylatin, leaving the chromosomes linked at the sites of crossing over. The beginning of diplotin is recognized by the dissolution of the synaptonymal complex and the tendency of the recombined homologous chromosomes of the bivalents to separate from each other except at the sites of crossovers. These X-shaped structures are called chiasmata. In oocytes of some vertebrates, diplotin can last for months or years. The final stage of meiotic prophase first is dikinesis. This is marked by terminalization of chiasmata. During this phase, the chromosomes are fully condensed. The spindle is assembled to prepare the homologous chromosomes for separation. By the end of dikinesis, the nucleolus disappears and the nuclear envelope also breakdowns. Dikinesis represents transition to metaphase. Metaphase first, the bivalent chromosomes align on the equatorial plate. The microtubules from the opposite poles of the spindle attached to the pair of homologous chromosomes. Now, anaphase first. The homologous chromosomes separate while sister chromatids remain associated at their centromeres. Telophase first. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappear. Cytokinesis follows, and this is called as dyad of cells. Although in many cases the chromosomes do undergo some dispersion, they do not reach the extremely extended state of the interphase nucleus. The stage between the two meiotic division is called interkinesis and is generally short-lived. Interkinesis is followed by prophase second, a much simpler prophase than prophase first. Meiosis second. Prophase second. Meiosis second is initiated immediately after cytokinesis, usually before the chromosomes have fully elongated. In contrast to meiosis first, meiosis second resembles a normal mitosis. The nuclear membrane disappears by the end of prophase second. The chromosomes again become compact. Metaphase second. At this stage, the chromosomes align at the equator and the microtubules from opposite poles of the spindle get attached to the kinetochores of sister chromatids. Anaphase second. It begins with the simultaneous splitting of the centromere of each chromosome, which was holding the sister chromatids together, allowing them to move towards opposite poles of the cell. Telophase second. Meiosis ends with telophase second, in which the two groups of chromosomes once again get enclosed by a nuclear envelope. Cytokinesis follows, resulting in the formation of tetrad of cells, 4 haploid daughter cells. Significance of meiosis. Meiosis is the mechanism by which conservation of a specific chromosome's number of each species is achieved across generation. In sexually reproducing organism, even through the process per se paradoxically results in the reduction of chromosomes number by half. It also increases the genetic variability in the population of organism from one generation to the next. Variations are very important for the process of evolution. The chapter is over. Thank you.